What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another game development live stream where we're back in our Project Echo, a game we're going to be working on in Godot. For those unfamiliar with the project, it's going to be hopefully a much smaller scoped project compared to what we're doing with the gas course project, but this is more of a learning resource as well as hopefully some future project at some point where I want our character, the player character, to be blind, and we are able to use sound and echolocation to navigate the world and platforming and solve puzzles with that mechanic. So we did a bunch of design stuff. Let me open up that space for us. Where's the Project Echo? Here we go. So we have game design section. We have a small design document describing kind of the style we're kind of going for. I really like the feeling, the mechanics of Limbo. Also, the art style is interesting, and it's gonna be probably very similar to that, except how you see the world will be determining by your echoes that you hear. But you know, I was playing Celeste, so a little bit of Celeste works. There's that game Perception, which is like a 3D version of this kind of concept where you use echolocations to I played it and you solve mysteries and stuff like that. You have Geometry Wars where you have this kind of like vibrating explosion thing. That's kind of how I want the echoes to look like and feel like. We have other aspects like endoparasitic. With the darkness mechanics inside, another reference, same company as Limbo. So yeah, we have a game designed on a very limited level, but now we're in our Myro, and I want to kind of watch and see how I can do. Because basically, it's like making dark and lit areas. It's more or less similar to this concept. So I think it's gonna be a good groundwork to start with. So that's what we're gonna do today. I found 2 resources. I'm gonna just turn the music off for the time being. And I want to watch these. We have our empty Godot project here and stuff like that. So kind of want to watch these and see what we can learn.
We'll be taking a look at how to implement pixelated light and darkness in your Godot game, similar to this. So let's get right into it. So the first thing that you're going to need to do.
So yeah, I hope that's loud enough for those wanting to watch and follow along. I'll send a link to the video in case any others want to learn alongside.
You have a canvas modulate node inside of your canvas layer. So the game node here has its own canvas layer, and we have a canvas modulate node inside it. And what the canvas modulate node does is it changes the color of the entire canvas layer into a given color. So for example, here's no change in color, right? And we're making it way darker, like so. And another thing that you might need to do is have a separate canvas layer for your UI or whatever it is that you need to not change the color of. So basically, if we have these labels in here, if we move them back to the game node, we're not going to be able to see them, and that's why we have them on a separate canvas layer. The second thing that we're going to need is a white 2D node with its own texture. It can be an animated texture, it can be just an image texture.
We would probably need to have like some sort of animated texture to represent this, I guess.
Whatever. But for the sake of this game, we'll make it an animated texture, and the way you make an animated texture is new resource, animated texture, call it light 2. So the animated texture resource has 2 options. You have frames, and FPS will do 4 frames because that's how many frames our light has. Go back to it. So
I didn't
we
know a
go
light
to
had 4
frame 1
frames.
and the first frame, frame 2 and the second frame, frame 3 at the third frame, and frame 4 and the fourth frame.
Well,
We change
it's
the
his texture.
FPS
Okay.
to 8 for this. And there we go. This is a white node from our original game. I'll show you how to make it specifically from the beginning Y2D node. There we go. Texture, we take our white 2 texture, pop in. You can't see it because it's a white, and that's normal. So we will save that in scenes. White 2, and there are two nodes that have the white texture. I'll save that just to show you what it looks like without those in place. This is how the game looks. There's nothing on screen. Close that down. Add the white 2 nodes to the flare, add the white 2 node to the player, and there we go. So the problem that we're running into here is the fact that the white is additive, and the way we change that is inside the white.
I do appreciate the speed of this tutorial, honestly. It's only less than 4 minutes long.
We go into right here, mode additive. So it adds the whites. Instead, we'll go to mix, and it will look like it's all at the same white level. So here you can see the whites don't add, they just mix. And there you have it. I'll put.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. I suppose I can pop the music back on, I guess. Drop the volume on that. Hopefully that's a good sound for you guys. Yeah, let's get into Godot. So I believe we need a modulate 2D scene. Oh, well, yeah, we'll call it game like he did. It's fine. We'll save this. We'll just, yeah, game. Fine with me. Child node modulate. Canvas modulate. Create. Transform scale. Visibility. Now we want it black. But I don't see anything. Scales 1-1, everything like that. Let's refer back.
Pixelated white node and node inside of your canvas layer. So the game node here has its own canvas, and then what the canvas layer into a given color. So for example, here's no change in color, right?
Okay.
And here's, we're making it way darker.
Okay. So I think what actually I need to, can I get a new child node? Is there just like a shape? Image. I don't use Godot as frequently as I need to in order to do this correctly. Because I need it just 2D. I'm sure something 2D is what I need. I think I need to have a background. Sprite. Bone. Collision shape. No. Area 2D. Animated sprite. 2D static body. Characters. Blah, blah, blah. I think I need just a sprite. No. What does he do? Tile map he uses. Okay. Hmm. Sprite 2D. Like, I feel like that's what I need. Region, transform, texture. There you go. So now I should be able to, let me put the music back on for us. Now this should change its color, right? Yes. So texture, resource. There's a normal map, specular, diffuse. I mean, is there a different type that I can get? A new image, maybe? It's weird that I can't grab this. Image, maybe not the best one. This is how limited I use Godot. I have no idea what to look for. So Godot, add simple image 2D. Adding images. How do I add images to sprites? Blah, blah, blah. Nope. Unless I have to make my own image, which I guess I can do. I know I have some sort of oh lord, I opened up my mouse is so sensitive, dude. I gotta really. So we have GIMP. File, new. Sure. For the sake of seeing something, let's do this. Export data. Godot, Project Echo. Create folder. Assets. Export. Sure. This should hopefully be enough for what I want to do. We'll leave that open. So I should be able to be like, hey, get a new canvas texture or a new image texture, resource. Okay, so I should, okay, I could just kind of drag it in, huh? So what does it bring it in as? Is it 2D? Yeah, sprite 2D with the texture. Let's take its transform. Sorry for all the burps. Scale. Can I make the scale 1:1? Position. So offset. No, I don't want it centered. So something like that should work. Let me just make this background. So if I were to change this, yeah, that seems to work. We'll save that, and I guess was it F6? And yeah, we have a black screen. Awesome, right? So now I should be able to do a new, no, that's new node. How can I make a new scene? We'll call this Echo base, for example. Yes. So now what does he do?
Is that you have them with a canvas is a white 2D node.
It's a light 2D. Guessing point light. A texture with the shape of the light must be supplied to the texture category. Also, blend mode needs to be mixed, from what I remember. I mean, I guess, can I make like a simple brush or something? Let me make a new project. I don't know if Godot follows the same rules as Unreal, but it has to be like a power of 2. But we can just assume that. I'll make a big enough texture. Which game jam? Oh, Brachy's game jam? Oh no, I didn't even realize Brachy's was having a game jam. I did the Game Maker's Toolkit one, but yeah, I didn't realize they were doing a Brachy's game jam. That's pretty cool. Did he announce it somewhere? He must have, right? Brachy. I don't see it on his channel. Is that on his Discord or something? Oh, it started today. Shit. I guess not. I got too much going on. We also have a game jam coming up this week at work, and I did the game jam at Game Maker's Toolkit. So I think I've done enough game jams. I'm doing enough game jams for a bit. I really don't know how to use GIMP, honestly. So this is going to be a mess. I don't think I want to use GIMP, honestly. There's another program that I have. I don't know if I want to use Paint either. Learning Godot. Yeah, I've been learning it for a little bit. Now I'm putting together, hopefully, a prototype for this game I want to be making. What am I wanting to do? I have another art program on my PC, but I don't remember the name. I guess I gotta go to programs, right? Is it Elgato? No. Rita? Yes. I think it's this one. Since I don't have Photoshop. Yeah, I watched Brachy's tutorials. I watched a couple other tutorials, but after a while, I need to start doing my own thing. For the Game Maker's Toolkit game jam, I made a game in Godot in 2 days. I didn't do the full 4 days. I only had the weekend available, but feel free to check that game. brush here. Can I take away the background? Is this gonna be white? I need white. Let's just do something like that. Export. Go echo assets. I don't know what asset it needs to be in order to get the alpha, but maybe it'll just be built in. So we're gonna just say echo underscore background. No, echo source or something like that. Let's see. So we don't have it saved. What did it save it as? Oh, .cra. Okay. Did I save it or did I export it? Okay. I'm gonna do PNG. Let's get rid of the cra. So here's our echo. Now can I drop you in? I think he said it wasn't gonna be visible by default.
With its own texture, it can be an animated texture, it can be just an image texture, it can be whatever. But for the sake of this game, we'll make it an animated texture, and the way you make an animated texture is new resource, animated texture, call it y2. So the animated texture resource has two options. You have frames, and FPS will do 4 frames because to it. Node from our 3rd frame and frame 4 and the 4th frame. We'll change the FPS to 8 for this, and there we go. This is a white node from our original game. I'll show you how to make it specifically from the beginning. Y2D node. There we go. Texture. We take our white 2 texture, pop in. You can't see it because it's a white, and that's normal, so we will save that in scenes white 2, and there are two nodes that have the white texture.
Okay, so I should be able to technically just put it into the map I have, right? Echo. I guess that is what's right. What happened? So yeah, the background is white. I guess that is correct. Now, if I were to just duplicate, move it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to visualize, I guess. Well, now that we actually have something potentially. Maybe we can use the assets from Brackeys just to make something. So sample projects. First game Brackeys. There's an asset folder. Not move. Just so we can make, like, I don't know, some sort of tile map or something. So fonts, sprites, platforms, world tile set. We can make a tile map. I gotta open up documentation. Is there a way to make it? I always forget how to make a tile set. So tiles, tile map. To edit tile map, blah, blah, blah. Create or load a tile resource in the tile set property in the inspector. New tile set. Go to the tile set bottom tab to add one. No. Okay. Let's look at the documentation, boys. We got to this point, so okay. Okay. So there's our color. Now, what does it look like when we add an echo? Okay. Sort of, yeah, right? Okay. So I would need a way to dynamically spawn these as well. So definitely another aspect that I gotta figure out what to do. It shouldn't be too difficult now that I actually have something. Um, so this is what the canvas looks like. Ideally, I would want to be zoomed in more. And at this point, I need a character, I think. Make a new scene. Player. Character. Oof. Not gonna be anything special, honestly. Uh, so a 2D physics body that is moved by a physics simulation. I want it to probably be a physics body. So what does it need? Maybe that's too complicated for what I want at the moment. Character body. So let's add a collision. We're just gonna make this person a circle. Um, let's go back. No, not project settings. I want to go project list. I want to look at Bracky's example. Just want to see how that character was made. I'm trying to remember. Of course, it uses a sprite and everything. Player. Here's the player scene. So we got collision shape and then an animated sprite. So I guess we gotta make sprite. Again, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible for the sake of prototype example. I just want something moving around here. So we should just be able to make a circle somewhere, right? Let's see. Can I... let's go to assets. So the night sprite. The whole thing is 256 by 256, but let's make file. File new. Let's do 128 by 128 or something. Now, let's zoom out. Can I please just get a circle? Definitely not solid. That seems fine. Maybe that's fine. File, export, player, circle. Yeah. Back to the project list. Sprite 2D. Okay, boom. So the collision shape has to be bigger for sure. But maybe I can cut this in half. Collision shape. Sure. Now in our game, there's our circle. Guess it has to be smaller. Not sure. Image. Trim properties. Okay. Scale image to new size. 32 by 32 maybe. File, export, circle. Cool. Bring it back to 1. Yeah, better size. So now F6. Okay, so that's good. There's brackies. Have the camera in the character as well. No, in the game. We have the player and then the camera 2D on player here. So I'm curious why not put the camera on the script itself. If anyone has any ideas, feel free to shoot them out. Add child node camera 2D. Anchor mode, limits, position smoothing, yeah. Care about rotation smoothing, horizontal, sure. I think that's all kosher. Now let's hit F6 and see where we start. So that's good. Now, is there a way to like, so the zoom. Okay, I can see that being better. Let's try 3. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I think let's get our character moving. So we process physics. So this is jump velocity. So it has a bunch of stuff built in already, which is nice. So we got just, I think, update based on the project settings for our input map, which we have none, which is awesome. So let's add some input mapping. We have a gamepad here as well. We want to support gamepad in this prototype. And luckily the character has a move left, right, and the jump, which is exactly what I want to support at the moment. So we're going to do input underscore move left, input move right, input jump. We're going to have like a debug spawn echo. So input debug spawn echo. So moving left. What I like about how Godot handles this, it's something Unreal took a while to handle, which was funny enough. I like it with their enhanced input and stuff. You know, being able to read input and stuff like that. So move left, I want to do like left on this joystick here. I can just do that, and it sees it. I want to do left on the arrow, and I want to do A. And then for moving right, right on the thumbstick, right arrow, D. Then for jumping, we're going to do A, spacebar. We could say also up arrow. Why not? And then the debug spawn arrow, we'll do enter. And we'll do. I wonder if can you do coordinate actions if you do them both? Curious how you can handle coordinate actions in Godot. So for now, I'll just click in the thumbstick, the right thumbstick. So now I should be able to. We have jump velocity. So we want to do input underscore jump. Input underscore move left. So in theory, I hope this is enough. Let's go back into our game. So we do have gravity and stuff, so that's good. But we need collision. So 2D. I forget how to give collision. Good tile maps. Does this documentation say anything about it? Adding collision navigation and inclusion to the tile set. Sweet. Go. So we've now successfully created a basic tile set we could start using in the tile map layer node, but it currently lacks any form of collision detection, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Lastly, if you use 2D lights and shadows or GPU particles, you may also want your tile set to be able to cast shadows and collide with particles. This requires defining occluder polygons for solid tiles on the tile set. So that's also something interesting to try to figure out, I think. So to be able to define collision navigation occlusion shapes for each tile, you will need to create a physics navigation or occlusion layer for the tile set resource first. To do so, select the tile map layer node, click the tile set property value in the inspector to edit it, and then unfold physics layers and add element. Okay. Okay, so there's our collision layer. And I think it's worthwhile, because collisions are a pain in the ass when you're trying to figure out collision interactions and collision layers. One thing that I don't like about Godot, at least from what my knowledge is, okay, you can rename layers. I am now not upset. I was upset because it was numbered, and you can kind of lose track and stuff. And Unreal does it through object channels, trace channels, and presets. So this makes my life a little easier. So collision layer, we're going to call this ground. Okay, I'm upset again. I don't understand why. I wonder if that's correct. But yeah, now I'm upset again because you can't see. Okay, you gotta hover over it. All right, not the end of the world, but okay. So we don't have collision. Ba ba ba. Okay, so I had to create the collision polygons. Okay. Should have known it wasn't as easy as that. So am I crazy? Okay, so after creating a physics layer, you have access to the physics layer section in the tileset atlas inspector. Okay. So patterns. Where's the... So that's layer 0. Okay, under tile set. Here we go. So setup and select here. Physics layer 0. Can I name these layers? No. You can quickly create a rectangular collision shape by pressing F. Okay. That work? It did. So yeah, now we got this. Cool. Oh, okay. Bye-bye. I also should get like a quick exit debug here. So wait, okay, I want to do physical collision shapes. Here's how you can do debugs and stuff. Like, question for another time, I suppose. So I want to, let me turn on the canvas module again. So we have this, right? So we want like the full background. Oh yeah, I gotta add. Forgot to do what I wanted to do in the first place. Project settings, input, map. Escape. Oh no, cancel. New action. Input underscore quit game. Escape. And then gamepad. We'll do that. So now we should be able to go into the script. Alright, am I able to make this the parent? Make scene root. Player character. Can I rename this script, please? I think that's gonna break though. Let's see if it breaks anything. Okay, we're good. Okay. What can I do now? Oh yeah, let's add the escape thing. So there should be like a func input event. Then if or event is action. All right, I gotta go to another project to figure out how to quit. We'll do it in zero growth. We'll check this one out. It should be main menu. So there's all this menu stuff. So about menu, game controls menu, game over. So quit button pressed in the HUD script. So there's this restart, get tree reload. Main menu. Where's the on quit? This one. Thank you. So is that valid? Me wonder. Yes. Cool. So I have an easy way to escape out. So now I have to go about spawning an echo, right? So we can also do it on the input event. Elif spawn echo. So now I have to make a function. Spawn echo. Should probably take a vector. Vector 2D. Oh, excuse me. I forget how to even do that function. Input handling, rendering, shaders. I'm probably gonna have to look into at some point. Best practices, probably something to learn too. Style guides, stuff. But yeah, this is probably for the main project, not for the prototype. The prototype's supposed to be dirty. It's okay. I gotta get my head out of that mindset. Godot. Input. Function input parameters, I guess. Function input parameters. Let's see. How can I be verbose about the parameters that I want? Just input examples. Nope. Not what I need. Functions, episode 13. Okay. Thank you. Two. Now, so just return. Make sure. Does that compile? No, not return, just pass, right? I should add a default, right? 0, 0 or something. Kind of like what the documentation said. So dot equals. I wonder if, yeah, I guess that's valid. I don't know. Spawn echo. Okay, that seems valid. So now I need to go back to my other project, remember how to spawn something. So I have a spawner, right? I just gotta grab some of this stuff. I'm just gonna copy all that just to have it. So we need to get a reference to the light that I want to spawn. So we're gonna grab a const for the cloud, but we're gonna change that to echo. I want to preload. Echo underscore base. Now I can take you out. So now I can say var new echo equals echo dot instantiate Now I can say new echo position equals position. Call third and child new echo. So now I can spawn echo, hopefully. So now I can pass in a parameter here. So I'm guessing, like, obviously we're gonna just do it at the player's position to make our lives a little bit easier. I should be able to just get position. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't seem to work. Let's see. Let's try that again. I think it's right trigger. Oh, that's kind of cool. What? Oh, I remember. This one? Oh. Okay. So maybe that warning is a possibility. Oops. So still a problem. Why? Why is it not spawning on gamepad? At least not. Let me just do the breakpoint. Maybe I'm just dumb, but it's not visible. You know. Okay, so it is the thumbstick in. So add child, new echo. So let's go into the scene here. Let's add an echo. So it seems to be good. Now, let's see. Let's add an echo. Now, does the ordering matter? No. Okay. Let's log some stuff. So print echo position. Wrong one again. Actually, I should be able to. Definitely seems like correct. But what could be wrong? Because yeah, I'm definitely doing something wrong, right? Otherwise we would see it. So there's add child. Add to group, call deferred, connect, draw. Now, if I were to do this in this player character, right? Am I wanting to? Like, is it because I'm adding it to a child of the character? Let me just see if that causes problems. Let me bring that one up. We have it like that. So, for example, right, that's what I would be expecting every time I were to press like spacebar, you know, or enter. But it doesn't show. So we're gonna turn to the internet. So objects not added to scene when code is ready. This one seems more. It's like, well, this function, blah blah blah. Let's look at me project again. So I instantiate it, I set its position, and I call it. I call deferred. Seems like it's right. I didn't mean to reload it. Whoops. So we instantiate it. Now, for the sake of an example here, let's not do it deferred. And just see what happens. So we gotta initialize. So mob.initialize. You gotta instantiate it. And then there's an initialize. So there's still instantiate. And then we can say new echo. So initialize is a custom thing they made, so. Now, can I simply just say add child? Me? That doesn't seem to work. So echo, right? And it's a point light. So you're not going to see that, but you should see it here. And the position's correct. So something is not spawning correctly, or something with lights just doesn't work correctly. So light 2D. Okay. Am I able to add another player circle? So here we have a circle, right? Let's make it small. I should be able to... I was able to change colors somewhere. Let's not worry about that. Thank you so much for the follow, Leor Max. How you doing? Yeah, for some reason it's just not spawning stuff. Unless I'm crazy. Let's make a new object. So scene, new scene, scene 2D, sprite, something. Sure. Just browsing the game dev category. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining. We're slowly putting together a prototype and failing at it. I'm relatively new to Godot. But yeah, I'm trying to put together a scene. I want to prototype a mechanic where, the world's dark, like you're not able to see anything. Like even what you're seeing right now, this is too much visibility, but then I would want you to be able to spawn echoes. So basically your character's blind, you're able to use echo relocation to kind of see the environment temporarily, and you just kind of solve puzzles around that mechanic. But we're failing in spawning this light that we have. So for example, I'm trying to spawn this echo, this temporary echo thing, every time I were to press enter. But For some reason, it just doesn't spawn, and I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to debug it. So yeah, that's where the struggle's coming in. So I'm trying to see how best to spawn stuff. So maybe I'm not spawning it to the correct like parent scene or something. So we'll have to just double check. So we can go into the script. Something. Var new something equals something dot instantiate. Oh, have you tried adding a parent to the instance after creating it? I made a similar error not too long ago. Maybe I didn't. Like, I'm spawning it from the player, and I'm instantiating. So the echo is what I wanted. The something is just checking stuff, and then I'm setting its position to what I'm calling here. So position of the character. But yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's working. So maybe you're right. Because yeah, I'm just first I tried doing it deferred, but that didn't work. I assume this also won't work. Yeah. So adding a parent to the instance after creating it. So for some reason, like I didn't have to do that in previous projects. Unless I'm forgetting something. So I made this game jam game for the Game Maker's Toolkit game jam, and okay, so local position and assigning it before adding it to the child's parent. Interesting. So are we saying so when you're saying assign any parent, are we saying after it's added as the child? So if I were to just, for example, do this. Like, so basically call add child first, and then let's see. Still no result. Maybe I'm not understanding anything. So am I supposed to like say like new echo parent get parent? Yeah, that didn't seem to work. So I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Okay, so maybe I have to say global position. No. And I'm printing out the positions. It seems right. Because yeah, something should spawn, and it's literally just a sprite 2D circle thing. I wonder if this canvas modulate is problematic. Go to remote and see if the instance is being created. What do you mean by remote? Forgive me, I'm trying to figure out what you're referring to here. Like, are we talking about doing like a debug, like a breakpoint? Because I believe if that's the case, it is being created. So like if I just put it here, Maybe it's the fact that I have a pass. Maybe it just nukes everything if I have a pass. When you press play on the tree inspector, there are 2 tabs, local and remote. Yeah, okay. True. Whoops. All right, so let's see. Yeah, you're right. Does it automatically to be the scene that's existing? So, you know. And it's weird that the first 2 were correct. So let's stop spawning something just so that's C++. Whoops. So I press enter, echo base. Obviously, we're not going to see anything when we turn on the modulate again. Make everything dark. Yeah. Yeah, so something weird's going on. So is there a way to do like add underscore sibling? Again, let's see. Let's player character, whoopsie. There we go. So the problem was, so we can do get parent.add. Okay. I wonder what's more recommended. Because get sibling works. So yeah, we can get rid of something. Echo base, we can get rid of the sprite. But yeah, that ends up, that's work. Oh, yeah, true. Whoopsie. Let's clean this code up just a little bit. So now I should be able to do call deferred add sibling rather than just add sibling. There's also an owner attribute. Okay. That's good to know. Cool. Bye-bye. Okay. So in theory, could I say owner.call deferred add child new echo rather than this a new sibling? Okay. That checks out. Okay, yeah, that's what you just wrote. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Max. If you have any recommendations for tutorials for me to check out, I can. I already watched like the Brackies one and some other ones. So now I'm just kind of trying to learn as I go and kind of defer to documentation and these kinds of ad hoc lessons. So your help is much appreciated. I know there is a way to F5 is run project. No main scene has been defined. Select one. There we go. So now when I press F5, it should just always do the main one, right? And then if I do like F6, it's the specific one. Got it. Call deferred just pushes functions to run when all physical calculations are finished. You can avoid it in this case. Yeah, okay. New echo. Cool. I keep doing F6 out of habit now. So yeah, now we have our simple character. There is our little echo light. So I definitely want to make it animated. I'm working on a 3T Vampire Survivors copy myself. Very, very cool. I've been trying to learn Godot hands down with no tutorials, so sadly now I mostly get stuck and read documentation. I mean, that's a valid approach as well. I think it was Pirate Software who was talking about, you know, being stuck in tutorial hell, and just continually just watching tutorials and never actually trying to make something and do something. So I kind of wanted to get my feet wet and then kind of go the brute force approach. So I think at this point we're at a decent spot. The prototype's not done in any shape or form. I think we can go into our Miro. Maybe not. No, not in our Miro. Let's go to our design document. Here we have our pillars. Here's our prototype. Here's our goals. So make animated, or let me to do make animated echo texture. Maybe we need to investigate how to make shader rippling effect. Because for this prototype, I want to get the game feel and visuals associated with the echoes to feel good and make sense to what we want to do in the final game. So we're going to do a lot of, I guess, learning and stuff, and things like that. Because right now we're just, our light texture is just like a simple paintbrush thing. So I definitely want to make it like the example I have that I kind of want to base it off of. We have things like perception. This is kind of how I want the world to look like when you use it, but in a 2D way. To also have like a similar depth that you see for things like limbo, and I want the character movement to be and feel like limbo. And then I want when you use an echo, I want it to look and feel like how Geometry Wars feels when you use like these explosions, and you see how it kind of distorts the background as it's passing through, like on these edges and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to be able to achieve, but that's my goal. That's what I want the echoes to look like, and I want the world to provide echoes as well. So I would like, as your character's moving, tiny little echoes are coming from your feet when you jump, and land echoes are coming in. I want, environment lights, like flickering lights, to make the sound that generates echoes so you can see things. And I want to just kind of play with the idea of sound, possibly making collision, so like you can cross a bridge using sounds, or finding your way navigating it through sounds, and then we can worry about conflict, if some enemies constantly looking for you and chasing you, doing something like that. That's the ultimate goal. So we're usually trying to I'm going to try to work on this once a week. Most other times, just to show what else this channel is about, in case you're interested. Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be a lot of shader work, and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. But maybe it's like, if I can get that good, I feel like that's a huge part of the game and the prototype. So I think it's worth the effort, and I'll see how far I can take it. So yeah, outside of that project, which is Project Echo, I do have another project that I'm working on with Unreal Engine 5. I use UE5 professionally, and this is specifically for the game playability system plugin. I'm trying to make a sample project. Like, it's gonna be, if I ever release it for whatever reason, ideally it would be free. I just want it as a learning resource so people can look to it when learning the plugin. So I'll just show you what this project looks like real quick, and then I think we'll kind of end the stream there. So about once, life's busy, I don't have such a consistent schedule just because of the 9 to 5, because of other life obligations. So whenever I get a chance to stream, it'll usually be like an hour and a half or something like that. So forgive me for not being able to do much long streams. I was able to stream a lot yesterday. Got 3 hours in. But yeah, here's our other project. Currently, we're working on targeting. So you have our targets on screen, and we have a position point that the camera is orienting to and stuff like that. And then we have abilities. We have a simple projectile-based ability. We have cooldowns and stuff. And we have like a targeting one. You can zoom in the camera. You can select targets. You can kill them, and then basically move around. We're playing a lot with the animation locomotion stuff that they gave us. We have targets that have like automated health regen. We have tooltips and stuff, so when they're on fire, they're burning. We have damage numbers that behave based on the damage type. Again, we have cooldowns. You can cancel this one. We have charge ability that knocks them up and stuff like that. Things are broken with like the locomotion at the moment. Yeah, Unreal is pretty daunting. We're using a combination of C++ and blueprints. So yeah, that's more or less what our game is. We have health. We can subtract health. We're going to need to add like mana cost to some abilities. But yeah, right now we're focused on targeting and stuff like that. So this is the other project that we're working on. Yeah, that's more or less the two projects that we're working on. So bye-bye. So cool. So yeah, we gotta fix the locomotion eventually. So right now our primary concern is targeting and getting the locomotion to feel good. So we can eventually just kill this target, and we can kind of go on our way. So we gotta make sure when you're not like in combat or under certain cases, the locomotion kind of feeds into the control rotation. So like if I were to move forward, it would actually kind of rotate me and push me forward. And then, but when I'm in combat, with the strafing, locomotion, and stuff like that, it would kind of separate the control rotation and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the 2 projects that I'm working on. So hopefully you'll come back when I do stream. The next coming days are going to be busy. They're doing a game jam at work, so I'll be jamming for the next 48 hours on top of just normal work hours. So that's going to be hopefully not too bad to balance. So probably we'll stream either next weekend, next Sunday or something. But we'll see. So that's where I'm going to end it for you guys here today. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Again, Leo or Max, thanks for your help participating, helping me out, and following me here on Twitch. If there's anyone else watching that is watching either on YouTube or on Twitch, make sure to subscribe and follow. It'd be much appreciated. There's only 4 of us, so I don't think we're going to try to raid anybody. So I'm going to end it there. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and I'll see you next time.